Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright and welcome to this video. This is the part 3 video of the energy healing recap series for today, which is January 19th, 2018. But it is also a fabulous standalone video that you can use whenever you want. And yeah, I would say center yourself a little bit before you do this process. If you just finished part 2 of the energy healing recap videos, you're already super centered. But you know, you can just take a few deep breaths and wiggle your toes and feel your toes wiggle, and you know, think of your grounding and how wide, make it nice and wide, and make it go all the way down to the core of the earth. Make it red or orange or yellow. Okay, good. Now you're ready. So we're going to use timeline healing. Well, we're going to do step 4 and 5 of today's healing. And step 4 is timeline healing, where timeline healing is a super simple process, and we're going to use it to get back a feeling of safety, a much deeper sense of safety. And therefore, it's kind of allows your spirit to feel ready to bring back more of your innocence energy. So we didn't really have to bring back innocence energy, we just brought back safety energy. So then it's just kind of an automatic reflex that after that, for about the next 24 hours after today's healing, all the participants are going to be bringing back their own innocence energy from wherever they left it. And also playfulness. So we're gonna get back playfulness energy and safety energy from past lives mostly. What was fascinating was, because I have 72 participants in this healing set, and so a lot of people with very different life situations. And there are some people that even just, you know, in the last year, they had situations that made them feel very unsafe. And then there are other people who really maybe not even in this lifetime have had situations that make them feel unsafe, but they have in past lives. And so I had lots of, you know, compare and contrast things to look at, and it still proved out what I thought was going to be true, but it was nice to be able to see, like, what about for that person, because they had major trauma this past year. But generally, if you have trouble processing recent trauma, it's actually, everyone thinks it's because what happened to you recently was so giant, but it's not true. I mean, yeah, it was giant, but the reason you have trouble processing it is because of the past life trauma that you still haven't cleared. And it kind of, there's that echo effect where, you know, this trauma that you just went through, you know, resonates with all this other unprocessed trauma, and you're just like, wow, you know? So that's why the bulk of what we're going to do in this video is to clear past life energy blocks that make you feel unsafe, because if you kind of get that all squared away and get all that safety energy back, you're really much more ready to deal with this life and whatever has made you feel unsafe in this life. But we will do some in this life, and it's such an easy technique. You can use it on your own for past lives, for this life, you know, as you wish. Okay? So let's get started. So for past life, for timeline healing, I do have some other timeline healing videos already. I made like 2 other ones, I think, in the past couple months. You can just look, timeline healing is always in the title. So for timeline healing, you just imagine a line out in front of you. So come on, anyone can imagine a line, right? And it doesn't have to be like a photographic, you know, perfect line. Just imagine a line, right? And then you just make piles, because the line is a timeline. And so it represents time, the passage of time. And what we did first is we did 3 past life piles. So piles of uncleared energy blocks from 3 different past lives. So you just kind of imagine a line that represents a whole bunch of your past lives. Don't worry about when, you know, don't like be like, oh, that was 1422 of that life. I mean, you know, if that's your thing, go for it. But I feel that I always feel like that's like a moot point to think of like, okay, what was the exact year? I like looking at, okay, well, what were the structures made out of? Were we all like, were there mud houses? You know, was there, you know, I like looking at that stuff, like the anthropological stuff. That interests me. But anyway, okay. So I digress, of course. So you have the line out in front of you, your timeline of your past lives, and then you're just imagining what is healthy and gentle for you to clear right now, right? Do not overdo this, folks, and then blame it on me. So only what's healthy and gentle for you to release right now, that's what you're going to imagine out in front of you, okay? As only 3, pick 3. I mean, if you must pick more, fine, but I would say start with 3 and then do more after that. Because it's quick to do anyway. So just imagine 3 piles of past lives, you know, situations in past lives that you haven't finished processing. So there's like blocked energy from those past lives. Just imagine it like a pile of leaves. You know, like when you rake leaves in the fall, you make a pile of leaves. So just imagine 3 piles that represent, you know, unresolved situations from past lives that are making you feel less safe now. So it could be, because I looked at examples for people, so I could tell you, some people had, you know, obviously fear situations, panic situations, trauma, grief trauma, all sorts of different things, you know. But anyway, don't want to get you too triggered. So they're just piles, right? Don't feel them. Don't re-experience them. And furthermore, to make it even more comforting, bring up red earth energy and soak your 3 piles in red earth energy from the center of the earth. And that'll just make it even easier for you, because that connects them to the center of the earth, and then it starts the energy releasing out of the pile already, and it helps you be separate from your piles, which you do want to be separate from it. You don't want to have a big, you know, dramatic experience here. You just want to be efficient. So bring up the red earth energy. So all your 3 past life piles, right, of unsafe situations are soaking. And it's just blocked energy from the past that kept part of your energy stuck in the past, right? And then just do the easiest one first, okay? So just intuitively pick which pile is the easiest. So for me, my middle pile is the easiest. So, and then just use your hands, because your hand chakra in the palm of each hand, and then your fingertip chakras in each fingertip, they generate energy. And so just with your intention, you open them up wider. And just with your intention, you set that energy that's being generated to a gold vibration, gold color. That's just because it clears energy faster. Gold releases resistance, melts stuff really nicely. So just wash your pile with the gold healing energy and melt away if there are any cords going into it, just with your imagination. And just, you'll probably notice your pile getting smaller and smaller. And if you don't, then just say, angels, can you help me melt this pile? You know, just in your mind, angels, can you help me melt this pile? And your angels will hear you. So my pile is almost melted. If yours is not, maybe just don't try so hard. Like kind of, you know, maybe wiggle your nose or something, you know, wiggle your feet. Because sometimes it's like you're so in the pile that you're putting too much energy into it, so it won't melt. There we go, mine just melted. So each pile that you melt, you get back the energy that was stuck in the past, but you don't feel the trauma, you just feel the safety. Because actually that's what fear and panic is. It's an absence of safety energy. It's a blockage of safety energy. So what you get back is all healed and whole. It's your courage you're getting back, your safety and your courage, which, you know, yes, please. So now you still have 2 more past life piles, right? So pick the next easiest one to do, whichever that is. And then just, you know, move it in front of you and just, you know, it's already got red earth energy soaking in it, right? And then just gold light from your hands, lots and lots of gold light. And again, if you're having trouble, just be like, angels, can you help me melt this pile? And just breathe and relax. The more you relax, the faster it'll melt. Mine is mostly melted already. There we go. Yay. And if yours didn't melt yet, just ask your angels, angels, can you help me melt that? Or you could just pause the video for 30 seconds, you know, until it melts. Okay. And then you still have 1 more pile of past life energy blocks from whatever past life it was. And these are probably all from different past lives. So one more pile of past life energy blocks from some sort of a safety issue situation that you had, whenever. So just wash it out, lots of gold light. Just keep washing your pile with gold light. Use the gold light to melt away any energy cords going into the pile. And just keep bathing that pile with gold light. You could imagine gold fire if you want, or gold water, gold glitter, whatever you enjoy. Because if you just kind of chill out and make it a playful experience, it'll work better. So my pile, I just have maybe 20% left. So again, you can ask your angels, angels, can you help me melt this pile? That's not cheating, I promise. There we go. So if you need more time, you could pause the video and do it more, but you know, if it's taking you more than like another minute, just ask your angels for help. Okay, cool. And then what we did in the healing is we did more past life stuff. We did 3 to 6 more piles because there were some pretty motivated people. Okay, cool. So that was part of what we did with the timeline healing. We then did a present life clearing, which I'll just do a mini sample for you to show you what you can do. Well, yeah, I'll do what we did, but I'll be fast. So if your piles don't melt, you can always pause and work a little more on them. But so in your present life, we did 3 piles. And I left it up to people if it was going to be piles from now, like a current today situation, or piles from your childhood in this life, or piles from 10 years ago. You can just let your intuition pick for you. You don't need to, like, it's better not to be so rational about it. Just think, okay, well, these are the piles that I should clear right now from this life, present day or past, you know, childhood or earlier adulthood in this life. Okay, so imagine your timeline for this life if you want, because then you get a sense of when the piles are from, and just let your wise self put the piles out, and your angels, you know, angels help me make these piles, help me pick the piles. And then, so you have 3 piles, and again, these are basically times where you didn't feel safe and you didn't fully get over it. Right? And so there are 3 piles, and just bring up the red earth energy. Don't think about the situations too much. And I mean, if you can think about the situations and be very mellow and zen, you know, go for it. But sometimes people, you know, it's unproductive. They'll get too much in the piles and then they'll get upset, and what's the point of that? So just bring up your red earth energy from the center of the earth and soak your 3 piles. Again, they're from this life, various times in this life. And then just melt the easiest one first. Whichever one is easiest to clear first, just pick with your, you know, your imagination. And gold light, and melt away the energy cords, melt away the pile, melt it down. Keep breathing. Wiggle your toes. There we go. So that's melted. If yours isn't, just say, angels, can you please help me clear that pile? And then pick one of the other 2 piles left. So just pick one of those. Gold light. And again, this is just some safety situation that you didn't feel safe. You know, there's some situation. And it could be just, you know, maybe you were very nervous. You know, some people, they think of it as anxiety, or they think of it as a safety issue, or they think of it as, you know, fearful. So don't worry about it. Just melt. And the pile is of blocked energy that's holding you in the past. It's kind of making you feel what it was like back then still. So just melt the pile so that you can release yourself from that experience and, you know, fully be done with it. There we go. And if it's from a big time period in your life where there were a lot of those scenarios, it could be that, you know, you need to keep redoing this exercise to the extent that is healthy and gentle for you. You know, because maybe one pile will be from one day back then, another pile will be from another day back then. Okay, and then so the final pile from this life that we're gonna do together in this video, and just bring up the earth energy, the red earth energy, and gold light. Lots of gold light, melt away any energy cords going into the pile. And again, this is just energy blocks that you have that are from a safety situation. You know, sometime where you were panicked or you were fearful or nervous, you had anxiety or trauma, any of the above. Or you were around someone who had that and you kind of matched their energy. That could be too. People who have anxiety tend to be very generous with it. Worry, you know, is another term people use for the same energy. All right, so keep melting this pile. And you can even say, you know, I can let go. It's time. I can let go. It's time for me to let go of this. That's nice. And if your pile is not yet cleared, you could pause it and work a little more on it, or just ask your angels. Angels, please, can you clean that up for me? And then we did the playfulness. We did the finish of the playfulness. We did a one color earth energy soak with Divine Gold Sandstorm actually right now, so we'll do that super quick. So think of your grounding, think of how wide it is. Your aura is that wide, your grounding is that wide. Make it red, orange, or yellow. Bring up and this is, you know, a 20-minute walkthrough video that I'm doing like in a second. So that would be called Divine Gold Sandstorm with Tricolor Earth Energy Soak. Divine Gold Sandstorm with Tricolor Earth Energy Soak, and it's in the Quick Techniques playlist. But anyway, so you have a big wide aura, red, orange, or yellow grounding. That's that wide, and it goes all the way down to the center of the earth. I'm going to use a yellow grounding, and I'm bringing up the yellow earth energy all the way from the center of the earth, up, 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 up. And you can bring up red or orange or yellow earth energy and just soak in it. Soak your whole aura, your body, all your chakras along your spine, above your head, and just soak. So nice. And then have the copy out in front of you of your little mini you, your aura, your body, however it is, and your grounding. It goes all the way down to the center of the earth. It's just a mini copy. And you want the Divine Gold Sandstorm, right? Those little bits of gold light that you're creating with your hand and your intention, and just have those bits of gold light, just like a sandstorm, spin around and whisk everything either down your grounding all the way down to the center of the earth, or, you know, if it's like a person or somebody's energy, if it doesn't go down to the center of the earth, you just like whoosh it out of your space, and then your angels return it to wherever it belongs. So just the reason we did this right now is just so make sure people were releasing, because in a healing sometimes if you need to release but your grounding is too blocked, then you feel sleepy or cranky. So anyway, so then we did playfulness. And this we'll just do really quick. So we did, in the healing, we did 3 to 6 piles, which I'm not going to do with you right now. I'm just going to do 2 piles of playfulness. And so you just imagine from present or past lives, any situations where you felt, well, you don't have to worry about it. It's just any situations where there's blocked energy in your present or past that makes it harder for you to feel playful. So chances are, you know, some kind of drama, some kind of conflict, whatever, but it's trapping you in the past and preventing you from being playful now, right? So just imagine, I mean, you could, if you're a real advanced person, you could imagine 3 to 6 piles right now and clear them real fast, but I'm gonna just do with you 2 piles. And just, you know, so imagine the piles, and don't worry if they're present or past life. They're just 2 piles that block your playfulness energy, and they're from your past, you know, or now, today, some situation. And so imagine the piles of energy blocks, 2 piles, and just bring up red earth energy and soak the piles in the red earth energy. And again, this is blocked energy that prevents you from having your playfulness. And then just pick the easier pile to clear, whichever pile is easier, and just melt it away with the gold light from your hand. I'm gonna move my pile in front of me. So, and just melt the pile with gold light, melt away any energy cords going into the pile. And my pile is more than halfway gone, so just keep going with the gold light or gold fire, gold water. There we go, my pile just went. Yeah, it gives you more of a lift than the getting your safety back. It's, at least for me. So you can comment how it feels when you get your piles cleared. So then that one more pile that I'm gonna walk you through, just any pile from your present or past lives that is making it hard for you to have playfulness here and now. So it's already soaking in the red earth energy from the center of the earth, and then use gold light from your hands and melt away the energy cords going into the pile, and just keep melting the pile. And again, these are just energy blocks from some situation. It's like stuck energy, but you're just imagining it like a pile of leaves, and just use gold light and just melt it away. And as you melt it away, you get back your playfulness energy, which is nice. So, and if you need help, just say, angels, can you please help me clear this pile? There. Nice. Okay, so then we did something that I'm not going to walk you through because we've done so much of it, but we did do another one color soak with Divine Gold Sandstorm. So I've done that in, you know, like probably, well, at least once in this video already. So, but yeah, we did an orange soak. Everyone did an orange because that's what the angels suggested. So if you want real quick, just make your grounding orange and bring up a lot of orange earth energy, and then do your Divine Gold Sandstorm. Just make sure that your grounding is super flowing, wide and super flowing, and then everywhere along your chakras, everywhere, just the orange and the Divine Gold Sandstorm. I always say I'm not going to walk you through it, and then I do. Okay, so the final step was number 5 of this healing, and it was an angel healing and blessing, which, you know, what a great way to end the healing. Oh, and then at the end of the blessing, the angels were like, have them redo their gold energy aura buffer zones. So let's do that now. Just redo your gold energy aura buffer zones if you know how. If you've watched that video, gold energy aura buffer zones. If you don't know how, just ask your angels. Just say, angels, can you please redo my gold energy aura buffer zones? When I ask my angels that, they're like, Janet, you can do it. Okay, cool. So the final step is just asking your angels for a healing and a blessing, because they know exactly what you need. They know if you need a 1-minute healing or a 15-minute healing, and they're going to take care of it. So we'll start it together, and then you can just, you know, on your own, just your angels will finish it up with you. So you just say in your mind, angels, can you please give me a healing and a blessing? And again, if you want, you can think about letting go. I can let go. And you can also think about receiving the healing energy from your angels, because you want to be really open to the divine assistance from your angels, right? So you could just say something like, I am fully open to divine assistance. That one really helped me. So again, that one was, I am fully open to divine assistance. Yeah, that helped me receive like twice as much healing energy from my angels. All right, so I think my healing is gonna go for about 3 more minutes. So, but you know, angels know exactly what you need, so you can just use your intuition and think of how long your healing is going to go. And of course, you can always ask for another from your angels whenever you want. Okay, so I loved teaching these techniques to you. I hope you enjoyed learning them, and feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment below if you have anything to say or you just want to show support. Okay, bye.